2011 general meeting.
All right, call the meeting to order. Let's rise for the pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Clerk Russ, please call the roll.
Trustee Denton.
Present.
Trustee Feldstein.
Present.
Trustee McNeil.
Here.
Trustee Evangelides.
Present.
Supervisor Yingling.
Here.
Also in attendance, Attorney Jerry Dietz, Attorney Bruce Shotland, and myself, Clerk Rush.
All right, thank you. I'll make a motion to approve the minutes as presented from the May 9th, 2011 meeting. Is there a second?
Second.
Trustee Denton.
Aye.
Trustee Feldstein.
Aye.
Trustee McNeil.
Aye.
Trustee Evangelides.
Aye.
Supervisor Yingling.
Aye. Any members of the public want to participate in public participation in regards to something that's on the agenda? Hearing none, we'll move on to reports. You have my standard reports here, going over the usage of services here at the Township Supervisor's Office, Food Pantry. What you don't have in there is, just want to give you an update on the Food Pantry garden, community garden behind here. We just finished planting that last weekend, 2 weekends ago. And I really want to thank the Avon Township Community Foundation and Wendy Warden, who's the president of that. She really orchestrated all of that. And also we had a number of volunteers. We also need to thank Lighter's Greenhouse and Ralph's Greenhouse. They donated probably about 90% of the seedlings for the garden. I'd also like to thank Mr. Carey for volunteering twice, giving up 2 of his weekend days to help us out. So thank you so much. We appreciate that.
Can I add something to your
Please, yeah.
100% of it is all sold, isn't it?
Yes, yes it is, yes it is, yes it is. Thank you. Yes, 100% of it's sold. So it's a huge increase from last year, so we should all feel very good about that. It's a great project. Anyone have any questions about that?
What do we have planted out there?
It's a variety of things. We have tomatoes, zucchinis, squash, cucumber. I think we have some pumpkins out there, some corn, some herbs. We have a really nice amalgamation of different things. All right. If there are no questions, I'd like to move on to bill payments. I'll make a motion to pay the previously...
It says Highway Commissioner Brust report.
Thank you. I'm sorry. Commissioner Brust contacted me and said he had a last-minute engagement that he unfortunately couldn't make it. So he said if anybody has any questions, to please contact him.
Okay.
Thank you. Bill payments. I'd like to make a motion to pay the prepaid bills pursuant to the bill payment policy. Is there a second?
Second.
Okay.
Trustee Denton.
Aye.
Trustee Feldstein.
Aye.
Trustee McNeil.
Aye.
Trustee Evangelides.
Aye.
Supervisor Yingling.
Aye.
Okay.
Do you want me to start this?
Yes, please.
Okay. I'll make a motion to pay the outstanding bills. Is there a second?
Second.
Trustee Denton.
Aye.
Trustee Feldstein.
Aye.
Trustee McNeil. Trustee Evangelides.
Aye.
Supervisor Yingling.
Aye.
Question or two? Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Did you?
Do we get some time down Harold?
We do.
Okay, just wondering if, is there any, I'm just wondering if the board has any thoughts as to whether both are necessary.
You know, I think it's good. I mean, as elected officials, I think it's great that we stay informed of what's going on in the community. I think sometimes there's things that, you know, although we're all involved, sometimes there's things we miss and need to be kept abreast to. I think the papers do a good job at, you know, keeping us in tune as to what's going on in the area that we serve.
Okay.
All right. Each year we have to adopt a prevailing wage ordinance, and you have one here presented that was drafted by Attorney Dietz. And it's a standard prevailing wage ordinance. I'll make a motion to approve it as presented. Is there a second?
Second.
Trustee Denton.
Aye.
Trustee Feldstein.
Aye.
Trustee McNeil.
Aye.
I'm sorry?
Aye.
Okay, thank you. Trustee Evangelides.
Aye.
Supervisor Yingling.
Aye. Okay, and then as we discussed at our last meeting, we have our identity theft policy that we also are legally mandated to adopt. And you have before you the personal information protection policy that was drafted by Attorney Dietz. I would like to make a motion to approve it as presented. Is there a second?
Second.
Trustee Denton.
Aye.
Trustee Feldstein.
Aye.
Trustee McNeil.
Aye.
Trustee Evangelides.
Aye.
Oh, Supervisor Yingling.
Aye. All right, we also have our 2011-2012 annual health insurance renewal coming up. Just to give you background information, we're part of CMS. CMS did get us some late renewals. We have until the end of June to make a decision. Our renewal rates did not come in until just a few days ago. So I know Trustee Feldstein has been working very diligently on looking at the health insurance policies. Trustee Feldstein, would you like to give us an update?
Sure, and I want to thank Supervisor Yingling and David Garten for their, I guess, support, logistical support.
Fair enough.
Couple things, as Supervisor Yingling said, we do have CMS, which does cover health, dental, and vision. We are looking into either renewing with CMS, which is Central Management Services, which is the state's program, local government program, or going with, on our own, with Blue Cross Blue Shield or Humana. Currently, Humana does not look very competitive. It looks, unless, based on the base rates, which means not taking into consideration our specific population's demographics and not necessarily health history, because that's against the law, but age and family size and that sort of thing. Humana looks to be significantly away from, far over and above what both CMS and Blue Cross are looking to be. We're not only looking at the premiums themselves, but we are looking at what kind of coverage, making sure that we're maintaining at least the same kind of coverage. If we do make a change that CMS or Central Management Services had, making sure that if we go with Humana or Blue Cross, we would have at least the same kind of coverage because, you know, we want, one way to ensure that we have some retention among employees and employees that don't feel distracted or uncertain and giving the township their best efforts is to not make many changes. So at this point, we're waiting. As Supervisor Yingling said, we are waiting for the actual underwritten rates from Blue Cross and Humana, which is not costing us anything. And as soon as we get those back, we will be able to make a decision as to whether to go with CMS, whose rates we already have, or Blue Cross and Blue Shield. And I would recommend that we not take any action until we have all the information.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah, just, you know, like Trustee Feldstein said, is that we're still waiting for the cost. Unfortunately, we got our renewal rates in late from CMS, so we're just going to have to deal with the timelines that have been delivered
We
to
were
us.
ready to go,
Yeah.
but we didn't know what was going to be relevant or comparable or out of line
Sure.
until we knew what CMS.
Well, thanks so much for your hard work on that. We really appreciate it.
I have a question. What
Sure.
was the increase on the rates from last year?
CMS's increases were 9.9%.
Which I think the federal government employees program went up like 8% or 8.5%, so it's in the ballpark.
Roughly 10%.
Right.
And Steve actually has Blue Cross Blue Shield at work, and his went up about 10% as well.
Okay. So we'll wait to get the rates, and then the board will have to make a decision on it. Okay? Any other questions? All right. There is no executive session this evening, so I'd like to open it up to public participation again, if anybody has any questions about anything that's non-agenda related. Okay, hearing none, I will make a motion to adjourn the meeting. Is there a second?
Second.
Trustee Ditton.
Aye.
Trustee Feldstein.
Aye.
Trustee McNeil.
Aye.
Trustee Evangelides.
Aye.
Supervisor Yingling.
Aye.
Meeting adjourned at 6:40 p.m.
Thank you all so much for coming.